Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X like I do most weekends, and we're going to hope today that this start of this stream is better than yesterday. Yesterday, man, I had some issues. I had to restart. Took me 3 tries to get the stream to go because everything I did was fucked up. Uh, I don't know, user error, we'll say. Uh, though I'm already like, I don't think it was user error. Anyways, 2D4X is a 2D4X video game that I'm creating. Have been doing. I guess we're on episode 229. So, uh, you know, it takes place in North America. I decided to pick North America. Right now, we're just using these 7 counties as example counties, test counties. I live in Oregon, so I picked Oregon, and then we have one in Washington, so we can have, we can invade the Washingtonians at some point. But these are just test ones. We're gonna do all of North America. I want to just do North America because I'm worried about the performance later on, like the same, because this is inspired by like Dominions and Paradox games, and so I'm a little worried about. Man, that doesn't look good. I'm a little worried about like late game when all of those things kind of grind to a halt. So we start small with North America only, and if the performance, after we do optimization, all that, it works well, maybe we'll add South America, and then, maybe the rest of the world. But right now, that's our goal, 500 years from now when we're done with this. So I started my stream, and I started setting up my stream, and a lot of times what I do is I just randomly pick a script to click on so that it opens Visual Studio, and the random script that I clicked on was this one, and this is just empty. So I'm going to delete this. So 2 things. And then the other thing is there's this banner up here where Copilot is free. This is not an advertisement for Copilot because when this Copilot first came out, I did pay for it, and it was dog shit. It was one of the worst things I had experienced. It was actually awesome for like 2 weeks. And then it started just hallucinating and doing dumb shit. But I use ChatGPT all the time for coding. I think we've talked about AI like 1,000 times, and I like to yammer on about shit. I think ChatGPT is good at explaining stuff, but of course it's not always right, and so it's better to have like a human. Oh shit, I forgot to click these buttons. See? Oh my god. Let's see if this one works today. It doesn't. Oh, maybe it is. See, the thing is I can't tell if it's working. Yesterday, the reason why I titled this stream this is yesterday I did not do much coding. I was just we got sidetracked talking about all sorts of stuff. Now I have to do a test. The problem is, in my experience, is if I do a test over here on YouTube, it makes people not post on YouTube. So I try not to do a test, but I must test this chat to make sure I can see it. All right, we'll do that. And it did appear over here. So I guess we're good. Bumblebite, how's it going? So I think I'm gonna try this Copilot thing in because it is free and I do already have it installed. So we'll give it a shot and see how it works. But what does it want me to do? For some reason, this text it's so small today. I don't know what's going on. I already have an account. I'm gonna move this over here so you guys can't see what I'm doing. Sign in with my browser. Continue. So we'll try this out. Like I was saying, I don't. This has come up offline too. The AI thing. I think that AI may have. I think it's kind of it's overblown. It's all right. I authorized it. What the fuck, man? I think what's going on is that it's the same as like everything for a while had to be blockchain, and then that's kind of dying off now. Please visit this setup page. If it didn't redirect, it did redirect, but I'm clicking this anyways. Come on. It's just sitting here. Maybe this won't work. I do have like a bunch of ad blockers and pop-up blockers and things. So, yeah. So we'll try this thing out since it was. Just gonna sit here. Well, maybe we won't try it out. In the meantime, we can delete this file that seems to be pointless. If it will ever get finished here. Here, I'm clicking this again. Summarize, welcome, write unit test. I do need to note. So here, I think we're signed in. Even though this is just sitting here spinning, we're just going to close this. Explain. All right. So where is this thing? How do I get back to this thing? Let's take Random Raccoon. How's it going? You know, in the good old days of like YouTube, people used to do like the first thing all the time. And now I have tried to I did it on some of Joker's, on a couple of Jokers I did it, because in YouTube it actually really matters if one person comments. It's crazy. So what is this? How do I get back to this? I'm going to close this, and now it's gone forever. Let's see. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Random Raccoon. Let's see here. There used to be, when I used it before, I'm trying to remember, because I only used it for a little bit. Like I said, I did pay for it, though, back in the day. Oh, it's right here, maybe? Open chat window. Okay, so that's all. I just wanted to find it so I can get back to it. And then let's delete this thing, because I don't know what this is, and so it's just randomly, maybe I created it yesterday. I don't remember creating it yesterday, but we'll get rid of the clutter. It says it's being used. Where? What is this? And then we're gonna work on the hero container thing. I was messing with actually before we started. I was almost got sidetracked to just start programming before I started streaming. I think we'll delete it regardless. But every time, so this is the problem. Every time I just delete something, it says there's 7 references. No, there's 0 references. All right, we'll just delete it, and then we'll deal with the consequence. Since it's empty, was I doing something to it yesterday? I don't remember that. Remove it. Let's build it and see what's going on here. Or run it, I guess, not build it. What is everyone up to today? I started a little early because I woke up and I was like, oh, I slept in. It was so nice, and it was 7 a.m., which is the same time I wake up for work. This is all looking good. We're still in Spanish, which is fine because we'll see other things. We changed this yesterday because research was, we just changed the word. We had an extra word in our translation file. This all looks good. This person, who did I click on, actually should have things here. So this isn't right. So we got to fix that. But we want to go, I think that's what we were actually working on kind of yesterday. I got so sidetracked yesterday. I think I wrote like 3 lines of code. Like literally, I'm not exaggerating in any direction, higher or lower. And you know, when you write 3 lines of code, like half of them are brackets or braces or whatever the fuck they're called. Mess around with your mesh contours. I need to jump into your streams more often because I'm always curious. Why was it about? I don't know. We got there's ranting and ravings. My ranting and raving is like a lunatic. I was literally this message down here on Discord. We're talking about Trump. It's like, oh my god, because I have some Canadian friends, you know, and we're about to go to war with Canada. which is how the Fallout universe starts, if I remember correctly. Hero list checkbox panel needs to show the second. All right, so this is what we were working on, and I ran this originally before I started streaming to see, because I couldn't remember how, if if we could force this open, and I have something that's turning it off, or turning off the secondary one. So we need to first make it so that that doesn't. We need to make it correct, and then there's this. It looks like we have a bug here with this should be showing. I think I changed the wrong thing yesterday. Is what's going on there. So this is the population description control. Call deferred, update description down here. We're passing these things in, which we wrote like last weekend or the weekend before, probably, because it took because I haven't been getting anything done. I need to start working on this more is the thing. Otherwise, I'm not going to get anything done ever. I'll have to change my 5-year goal to 10 years. And 10 years from now, I'll be fucking 61. It's practically dead. I feel like I'm practically dead already. So what happened here? We want to go to check for army recruitment button. No. Check titles. Update. I feel like I should make this its own method. Update number of subordinates. This is passing in this thing. Did we have this open? Let's go back to main here. I don't know why we're way over here. That looks like sometimes, I leave this description panel open and it throws a bunch of errors. Populate equipment. Is that showing up? That is showing up. So it's one of these things. Update number of subordinates. 0 of 0, that's right, because we haven't added any. Update subordinates. Clear subordinates buttons. Oh, this is what we were talking about at the end of the stream. And that was, it's probably, no, I didn't mess with that. I was wondering if the buttons would be left, because they're like kind of hanging out, but I guess garbage collection handles that. And then we wrote this. This is what we wrote was this. So it was like 5 lines. 5 lines. Do these count? I feel like that doesn't count. And this is, I guess this one too. So why aren't you running correctly? Because we should be getting... No, I guess this is correct. There just aren't any. There just aren't any subordinates. So I guess this is correct. I was used to there being that gibberish, the test gibberish stuff. So I guess that's right. Let's hire some people. Reference counting. Man, it's besides that one time. Oh, what are we saying over here? We did some research for something is done. I should probably switch this back to English. Okay, so this is working. I just confused myself, I guess. So the next thing we want to do is figure out how this is going to work. So this is not the description panel. This is going to be the county info panel, which is this guy here. When this thing basically becomes visible, it generates these things. And I feel like we should have already had that open. I kind of have like a bunch of crap open. Weren't we going to mess with the clock? Hopefully not. I don't like messing with the clock. It seems touchy. We don't need research open. Quartermaster, I don't think we need that. Diplomacy, definitely don't need that. Inventory, maybe. Subordinate, maybe. Attribute data, perk data, skill data, banker, maybe. Hero work start, maybe. Did I not delete that file after I said I was going to delete it? Did I just wander off and... no, it's gone. All right. So I guess we gotta go to this and open it up. It's honestly probably easier just to get to it right here. This massive thing. Get out of here. Why there was reappearing. I was watching somebody else streaming and they don't have the hate of useless things up here, and they had like 50 things and they use it. They're grayed out and it's not actually doing anything, but I just can't stand them being up there. It's just a me thing. So we have the count idle. So this is on visibility change. All it does is currently count, update everything. What is triggering this? I can never remember how this works. I feel like it always should be just on visibility change, but there's some reason why it's not there. And something else calls this. Is it clicking? It's clicking when you. So this is what it was. I'm gonna put this in here so that I can remember. When you click on a county, it does this method. Yeah, when you click on it, it runs this thing, and then the reason why it's public is besides the clicking thing. Occasionally, when you do other things, we run this update everything. So we need to look at the generate hero panel list. We are generating all of these different types of heroes from lists. This is instantiating it. Update hero, check for available activities. So it's right around here. Populate activities H boxes. Why is this here? Check to see if the hero is part of the player's faction. Determine what to show once we add the ability for heroes to do things in enemy factions. Yeah, current player just make it so the hero's activity box is hidden. All right, that's perfect. I think. Disable most activity checkbox is. So first off, in here, I think we're gonna want that secondary thing, which I think we didn't rename. We didn't add that. That's in this thing though. Yeah, so how is this? This instantiates it, and then what? The hero list prefab. Hero list parent. Sometimes I often wonder, I'm like, why did I do it this way? And there's usually a reason. I feel like this stuff should be over here though. Like this thing, this update hero info should be inside here instead of in this county, because this is a little confusing because this thing's the county info panel. This is something else, even though it's generated by that. But I guess we'll leave it how it is. Check for, so update hero info. Okay, so these are for the icons. Oh, this is for more than just the icons. So this is for all sorts of stuff here. I just wanted to check to make sure that everything was working over there. Now this is for the icons. Even though that's not what this thing. This was written by ChatGPT. Update the icons for each hero. And we're probably going to I think we're definitely going to get rid of the distinction between the two different types, like a hero being an aide or army leader. I think we're going to just combine it. It'll be the same thing. Like it won't matter, because one of the key components I want to have, I keep calling it the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones, is I want the ability for you to move a diplomat with a bodyguards into an enemy area and be diplomatic and then betray them, like the Red Wedding. That is like a key thing I want to be able to. Not all the time. It'd be very difficult. You'd have to pull off some crazy shit to make it happen, because otherwise people would exploit that. But so then it would have to change to an army thing, and it's like, why not just have them all? the same. So we got these thing working, but this is update hero. This is updating. This is a stupid name for this. Let's rename this. Hero name and icons, because that's all that this is doing. Me and my renaming everything every 5 minutes. Populate activity box. This is dumb too. Oh yeah, this is dumb. Why didn't I do a loop here? All right, we're not going to look at it. Might be able to give a hero flag to show what they can and cannot do. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's got to be like enums or something. There's got to be a better way than having them very like distinct like that, where it's like it causes like more problem. And I've found that like a lot of times I'm trying to break things apart or having them like I'm not finding. Sometimes I'm breaking things apart unnecessarily, and other times I'm mushing things together too much. There's like a balance, and I haven't got the balance right of what things need. Does it, you know what I mean? Like, it's some sort of like data management thing that it hasn't quite clicked where I'm picking the right thing. And so it's often where I'm like, it's like resources. I was like, no, we need 2 lists. No, we need 1 list. And I think I switched back and forth a couple of times with the resources and I think they're 1 list now. And you need to sort it each time. I think that's the other thing is I worry about like, oh, if we sort a list, it's too much processing, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think about first-person shooters all the time where it's got to do a lot of math with, when you're shooting someone. It's got to do all this stuff. And I'm worried about like, it's generating 3D graphics and I'm worried about like basic math. And I shouldn't be. So, yes. And I think depending on what I want the game to do, I think it's still the balance though, like where it's not quite clicking. There's a big spider. I'm not a scared of spider person. I actually think spiders cool, but there's a big spider. It looks kind of crippled. A big crippled. It's not that big. It's like this big. Crawling up my wall and just cruising. Right? Right? Well, I was playing Stellaris and I noticed I'm not that far into it. I noticed it started to choke and it's on this computer, which is not a very good computer anymore. But at the beginning, I was very impressed with Stellaris' performance compared to other Paradox games. I was like, holy shit, Stellaris is so much better, but now I'm already like, I would say I'm like a third of the way through the game. I don't know what the length of time is, but on a Stellaris game, but it's already starting to like kind of slow down. When it hits the first of the month, things. Oh, well, hello. What is the 2 different accounts for? I have 2 accounts as well. I have Lord Haywire as my gaming account. Let's see. What do we got going here? So for this thing, we got to figure out disable most. So that was let's see, populate activity H boxes. I don't remember why I did it this way, but we're going to leave it that way. We want to figure out where the secondary thing is. We do have it in there in the thing. Just view it. Why? I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, but why have the different one? Update hero name and icon. So we did that. Then we have this self-modulate. So this is supposed to change the color, and it does, but you can barely tell. So this is green because we're green, and then if you click this person's pink because this is pink, you know. And then check for available activities. I think this is where we're gonna put this. So what is this doing? This is, see, this is like hard coded in. I remember when I was writing this, I didn't like it. Let's see. So back up to the top of this. Check for, we put in the location for this thing, and then this thing, this is very strange how I did that. Harish, how's it going? Set default, this needs to be up here because we're fucking with the spawn hero button below. Set default UI. Okay, so this is the thing we were hiding. We hide both of these. This seems like a weird way to do this. I just want to see what happens when we show this. This is basically what I was looking for. Because when I mess with it in the inspector, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. It doesn't squish how I want it to squish. So this is what I wanted to do, but let's hide this other thing. Oh, it's already set on hide because we are doing something with it later. I want to hide it all the time. So if this is an army, we show the secondary. See, here we are again with this weird breaking them into two things. I want to hide this temporarily. We're on line 193. What's the scope of C#.net in the future? You mean with Godot or with my plan? I don't know. We were talking about this yesterday, and in our fear that Godot one day will get rid of C# as they will stop supporting it. Okay, so this does work, right? I wasn't sure if this was gonna squish correctly because it wasn't squishing in the inspector. So when I was looking it over here, see, this was supposed to squish up to the top, you know, so that there's not an extra thing, and it wasn't, but it is here. Do they get grants from Microsoft? Harish, I don't know. My whole thing is, besides the Godot part, but I'm not using any GD script. But it may be an irrational fear, I guess. All right, let's put this back, and then let's make this thing work how we want it to work. So what we're doing is, so we have this, is this an army thing in here? This was bad. This was a hide. No, this was show. We're gonna have to change how this works. 50K. I gave him like $120. I gave him all the money I've made off from Twitch on my other channel. I donated I think it was $120. It wasn't very much money. So on my other channel, I was an affiliate, and I decided to get rid of my affiliate status because I didn't want to blast my viewers with fucking advertisements. So when I cashed out, it was like $120 from the subscriptions and stuff. And I was like, I want to donate this to a good cause. And so now everyone should pat me on the back, right? Check if player faction is true. So let's see, how do we really want to do this now? So what we want to do is, it needs to check the activity. So if the activity is recruiting, it should turn off these other things. It should turn off this. And then if we're going to leave this thing here for now, we could do an OR here. We can just put an or in here. Or if the population data get activity name, no, activity, I feel like it's equal to recruit. I don't know. Sometimes when I write stuff like that, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't know. 50 grand doesn't seem like that much money in today's world. I broke something here. It's up here. Where'd it go? Set default UI needs to be set to hide. Yeah, there used to be I'm sure it's still there. Godot donations, where it had their list of people. You know, Unity needs to do some other shitty things so that everyone floods back to Godot again. I saw someone, you know, I've complained about this, whined about this before. I don't even know who these people are. That when Unity did its big fuck up, everyone said that they were going to stop using Unity, and then like a few months later, everyone went back to Unity. They like switched to Godot. Like I'm talking about like YouTube people. And I recently saw somebody on Reddit asking why that happened. And it's why you would think, you know, of course, it's because they don't make any money with Godot videos versus Unity videos because there's more people. There's more people using Unity. So did I test this? I don't think I did. So this is right. So we need to put this person in recruiting. Maybe we should did I put a note about fixing the time thing? Maybe we should do that today because it's driving me crazy. Okay, so this works, except we need to have it update everything when it happens. So we're already, so that's going to be under county, and we're going to I'm surprised it doesn't already update everything. What about idle people? That's strange. Casper, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah, we're got to do the unit. Didn't we? Yesterday was a pretty good, you know, trash unit. A little bit. Uh, I just want to see if this updates idle people. It does, so it should be updating this thing too. But I must not have. I must have decided to like just do, or maybe I have an event. That would be cool if I had put an event in there. Because I do remember that I was having. Yeah, it's right here. This is not an event. It'd have been cool if I had written an event, but I guess not. So this, I wonder why it only had the idle people updating. Counts the idle workers and sets the idle worker available in the county data. This is for the player UI mostly. Can we do county info control instance updates everything? What is the problem with this? Also, what time does this happen? So this is happening at start of day. This isn't going to happen at the right time. This is going to need to be moved to here, but I was thinking maybe we want it. Let's see what happens. So the other thing, speaking of watching, yesterday I was talking about I'm watching all these not new, they're new to me, C# streamers, and everyone told me that you're not supposed to use instance ever. Don't ever instance anything. And I saw them using it, so I felt better. Okay, so that immediately worked how I wanted it, and we didn't get any bugs, so that's what we wanted. This thing kicked over, we need to change. We need to make this checkboxed, just to show that that's what's going on. And that's hopefully recruit in English. I guess we could switch it back to English. Yeah, so this is right. Except we want that to be checkbox, which is not that big of a deal because we can put it in that weird switch that I saw earlier. I think. Yeah, what's the deal with that weird switch I saw earlier? There's a reason why it's that way. Not this weird switch. There was another weird switch that I saw. I think there's a comment that said this is dumb too. Here we go. Yeah, what is going on with this thing? There's like an array in here of checkboxes. An array of checkboxes. Actually, it's going to be over here. Which are right here. And I think this might be part of this problem. So the deal with this, I think, is part of this is me dragging and dropping things in the inspector. I'm suspicious. So this is what I was thinking yesterday, and maybe I should just say fuck it and do it right now. Is we got to fix the deleting the .godot file problem because I don't want to upload the .godot file, and to GitHub. I want to put it back and get ignored. But the problem is, if someone else wants to download this project and fuck with it, if it doesn't have the .godot file, a bunch of these arrays break. So if you delete the .godot file, a bunch of these arrays where I drag things over break. And I think that might be related to this here. And so I was trying to kick this problem down the road. Squib, how's it going? WebSockets. Squib is a master of JS. Right? No streaming. I looked to see if there was any Tarkov going on last night. The .godot folder is hidden, yeah. I think we should just do it. It's going to be extremely painful, but I need to stop dragging and dropping these things over because it doesn't work. I've mentioned this before. I think 3 hours is my limit of programming. My brain starts feeling fried at 3 hours, but I feel like I've gotten less of that. But I also don't program as much as I was. I used to fuck around with Godot a lot off stream. This order, yeah, I got to drag them around. But so this is the reason. The reason why I drag these in here is because I find this easier to fix than get child. I don't like get child. I think get child's dumb. Because the problem with get child is you got to put a number in there. And so it's the same problem as if the order changes. You know what I mean? Um, does Godot let you have a list of items? What do you mean? So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna get chopped. Maybe I can just loop through these things. Well, so let's do this. Let's push this code because I'm gonna do something insane now. Let's push this code. Let's do two things. Let's rerun it and see, make sure we're not getting any bugs. Let's put a note of where I was at in my project because it's actually this thing. We're like halfway done with this. Needs to show the secondary activity panel and the recruiting button needs to be checked and disabled. Save. Let's see. So we ran this. Let's make sure that there's no like actual bugs being thrown because we're gonna get a bunch, but we're gonna have to pay attention to those. Let's do something that we haven't done in a long time. Let's change like this. It's nice to see that's working. Let's get distracted again. That will happen without any need. I did turn on the Copilot thing, but it hasn't actually been auto. Maybe that's why this is suddenly highlighted. I don't know how good it's going to work. Copilot's a big thing at my work where people ask for it, but I don't know if it's like they're asking. There's this thing, I call it device envy at my job, where if somebody else has something, then everyone else wants it, even if they don't need it or will ever use it. It doesn't really matter what it is either. Stand-up desk, if one person gets a stand-up desk, everyone wants one, and then they get it, and then they don't use it. It's weird. All right, so this looks like there's no major things going on. Let's push this to... all we did was checked to make sure the hero panel container squishes correctly, and it does. So we'll commit this. We'll put this up here. List of objects containing checkbox with button type. We can do that. That's what. So you're talking about instead of using an array. The reason I was using an array was just because. But what we'll do, I think, is we'll loop through this. But let's delete our Godot file, .godot folder. When I say delete, I mean rename. And see, I have an old one here. Let's get rid of that one. And then let's rename. Is everything closed? Looks like it. Let's rename this to old. And then we're gonna get a bunch of bugs here. This has to be done. We got to figure out. I don't want to upload that thing anymore. I'm sick of it. Filling up my changes like I did something. And we should get a bunch of, yeah, see, like this is back over here. Before we move this, rearrange this, because I think we're going to have to delete this .godot file like 10 times. All right, so here's the first issue. And here, look, the first one is the hero checkboxes. I'm going to copy this. We'll fix each. So this is so look, there's skill labels. I did the same thing. We'll have to change these all to like get child or something. I think it's also the dictionaries that I drag shit around. I think it's a Godot bug is the problem, and now those are gone. But we can do this one first. So here are checkboxes from select hero panel container. Let's move this over here so I have a thing going. Hero checkboxes. So that should be somewhere. It's a UI scene. Hero list checkbox. Select hero panel container. I think hero checkboxes is... It's very strange seeing this back over here. I guess we gotta build this first. Yeah, I want to look at my Discord thing, but I don't like what's speaking. Yeah, so here it is. So this is exactly what we're talking about. It's kind of nice that that was the first thing that had a problem, was the thing we were looking at. Yeah, speaking of getting distracted, we were talking about, me and my friends in Canada were talking about Trump. I brought it up. I shouldn't have, because I saw some Reddit article about what would happen if the U.S. invaded Canada, and decades-long insurrection in Canada. Like, no shit. Oh, no, not this again. This happened to me yesterday. Okay, we're okay. We're fine. So this thing needs to be populated a different way. It's just, or we could make it a list, actually. So I'm saving it. I have it on export because I was dragging and dropping stuff, but it doesn't actually need to be exported because we're not going to drag and drop stuff there. Oh my God, the lag is out of control here. Am I all janked across? Holy shit. Yes. Am I all stuttery and stuff? What the fuck? Okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. It did not like that. Oh my God, it's doing it again. Okay, Visual Studio, you got a problem. Am I like stuttering? I used to play D&D with my friends. Oh, well, that's good to know. I used to play D&D with my friends with Foundry VTT, and then we used like Zoom. And one of the players would always pretend like he was stuck, you know, zoomed out. It was funny the first couple times, but the 400th time, it was not. Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll just get these from a child. We'll get child from wherever the hell these things are. So we have two. We were getting these checkboxes here. These are the things I was just dragged over. So we'll get child. I feel like I should just be able to loop these things. Just loop through it. Do we have a ready in here? There's no ready in here. So, what is it? Public override. I haven't typed in ready in a long time. What we will do is for each, what are these things? Checkboxes? Checkbox. Okay, so this is not IntelliSense. This is the chat or the Copilot thing. And let's see what it's telling us, what it's guessing what we're trying to do. And I wonder where it gets this stuff from. I've mentioned this before, definitely. So in the good old days when I tried Copilot, it was stealing the code from Code Monkey, that guy who writes tutorials for Unity. So I would write a few lines and it would give me so I was doing a Code Monkey tutorial, right? I was following along with the video and I would type a few lines and it would fill in all of his stuff. And I was like, holy shit, dude, that like you can't steal some guys. Of course you can. So this is right. Oh, you know what it's trying to suggest to do is it's suggesting that we connect the signals, which I already have connected, but it's suggesting that we connect the signals. Let's put this in here. I bet you this doesn't work. Okay, I would be wrong. I was thinking we don't need this connect thing. We wrote a custom signal yesterday, and you don't need this connect thing. But we don't need to do this anyways. This is not what we wanted. Oh. Yeah, it's wrong. It still has an issue. But that's not what we want to do anyways. what we want to do is we're just going to, oh man, if it's an array though, we have to like dick around with weird dick around stuff. So let's not make it an array. Let's make it a list. I mean, it's a, and then we'll just go hero. Come on. So that is why I turned off Copilot originally. Yeah, and his stuff is on GitHub. Code Monkey's stuff is on GitHub because you can download like the code. And I found that when I was back doing tutorials all the time, back when I was doing tutorials all the time, I found I learned more if I actually typed the shit in instead of downloading their code. So the reason why I am using the Godot, actually in this case it wouldn't matter. I could use the C# one. I actually like the C# ones better because I'm going to change it because you're right. But so I originally used all C# ones, but you can't save a C# one with the resource saver. And actually, none of these need to be exported except I dragged and dropped them in there. And so if this was to be exported, it would have to be a Godot collection. So originally I used the all C# list, and then when I have gotten to like planning ahead for the saving feature, I had to change a bunch of them to, like most of them, to Godot lists. But in this case, it could have just been a C# one. So yeah, you're right. Just it's better. Lists are better. C# lists are better. In my opinion, in my ignorant opinion. I don't know why it always wants me to do this. Well, not why sometimes it wants me to do that, and other times it doesn't. Like it wants me to cast this. All right, so we have this list. Let's see what happens. It's all very strange with this over here. Oh, now we're getting this pop-up differently too, because I deleted the .godot file. And we got some failed to get property from node. It's because we're doing things to it here. While condition is instantiate, failed to get property here, Xbox from nodes. See, we have like a bunch of issues in a row here. So the skill one, what did this actually, oh, I'm getting that. What is up with you, Visual Studio? Holy shit. I'm not moving my mouse, by the way. I don't know if you could see that. All right, let's restart Visual Studio. Let's give it a second here. I'm about to get sidetracked and look at new computers again. I just don't want to pay $7,000 for a computer. I clicked it twice, and now I've fucked up, and I guess it thinks I clicked it. My double click was too slow, so it thinks I clicked it 3 times. What is this thing's problem? Object reference set to null. On what line? I wonder if we lost something else over here. Is Black Friday coming up? Isn't Black Friday in like Thanksgiving times? Aid activity HBox container. That should be this. And there should be, these are the children of it. So these things should work. This thing is strange. Failed to get property from node select hero panel container. Is this a different thing? Select hero panel container. I wish their bugs, their errors that are their C++ errors were more. So this is an instantiate error. Are we instantiating that? Oh my god, it's doing it again. What the fuck? I did do an update yesterday. It's not going to take you to the line for this one. This one's fucked. This is not going to take you anywhere. This is a C++ error. These are the ones I was saying, like, they need to have it better. It needs to know. This one will. This one definitely will. I also wish you, on the output, you can click on the line, because that's a Unity thing. You can click on the... It's having a problem with instantiating what? What was it? Select hero panel container. Everything looks all weird to me. Select. From node, select hero panel container. The fuck is it talking about? Oh my god, is this thing grinding again? Is it? You know what it is? It's fucking chat. It's the Copilot. It's because I turned on Copilot. That's what's happening. Copilot can go fuck itself. Hey, you know what this is? It's because I deleted that hero data. It said something about select hero panel container, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. All right, I gotta turn off this Copilot thing. How do I get you out of here? You're a piece of shit. Upgrade settings. Enable. No. Manage my subscription. How about oh, is that a checkbox? Let's just disable you. That's what that is. Are you dead now? Let's see if that does its thing. Can I just make you like completely die? If oh, that's a good question, but I think it's because I deleted that hero data thing because I didn't know what it was. So I deleted it, and then it's biting me in the ass. Like I said it would. Every time I just go, I don't know what this is, I'm deleting it. It bites me in the ass later. Because it said it was in use somewhere. Yeah, it is the ready thing, though. Oh my god, it's doing it again. I need to get this Copilot thing the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Holy shit, man. Did they test this stuff? Fucking Microsoft. Remove Copilot from Visual Studio. Is there a quick way to disable and enable? There's a little Copilot in the status bottom right corner. This is from 3 years ago. It's useless. I need it this year. Copilot. Past month. 6 days ago. Go to Tools. Options. Well, I don't want to hide it. Here, we're enable. They should have warned me and said this is gonna make your Visual Studio run like shit. Enable references for requires a restart. I wanted this. Can I uninstall you? Can I just make you completely go enable preview? We'll just stick with IntelliSense. Real quick while I'm here. It's this thing. What is this thing? Oh, we lost the drag and drop shit over here too. Huh, I didn't expect these ones. I didn't expect to lose these ones. Wonder why we lost these ones. Sorry that I'm sitting here staring. Because that's a huge problem. If I lose those every time I delete because I do that a lot. I drag, and this is because I started with Unity. I drag and drop shit in here all the time. But this goes actually hitting the mic. Fucking. This goes to Bumblebyte's idea of making things more reading from disk more. I guess not his idea. His comments of how he does it. Because I should be reading this from disk probably, but I didn't want to because it was like one of those. So this is strange though that these ones were lost as well. I wonder why. Because that's three things. We're gonna have to test this. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, but what we'll do is we'll drag these in here. We'll delete the .godot file, and then we'll see what happens. Like, was this a momentary glitch? Or see, look at this too. We only got 20 this time. And so this is the thing though. Don't let me do it. If it doesn't work, don't let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let me drag shit in here if it's not gonna work. And how many of these? See, I drag and drop shit in here constantly. Why? I wonder why it only didn't. It's only these ones. Yeah, but I like it. Well, it's because I'm used to Unity where everything's drag and drop. Not used to it at this point. It's because I started with Unity, but like you can pick. Oh, look at this one. It's allowed as a checkbox. A check button. Is this a check button? It is a check button. This is wrong. I need to rename that variable while I'm here. Right? Well, the thing is, you're not supposed to upload the .godot file. It's supposed to be in your git ignore. Like, so if anyone wanted to download the project, they would have their own. Yeah, I hate Get Child. All right, let me take a quick break, and then let's drag something in here. Let's drag and then I'll take a quick break. These things. The spawn hero. Wait. These things. Oh, everything's expanded here. I am going to take a break, though. These things are. County. Did you expand everything again? Jesus Christ. Select hero panel container. This actually should be called selected. Should rename that too. Gotta rename everything every time I go here. Yeah, this has the fake checkbox and stuff. This is that I can't show it because well, maybe I can. Wait, was it sitting right there? Usually Godot kicks one over. Oh, it's because it's doing this different thing that they're stacked on top of each other. Oh, well, it's broken, so I can't do that. It's the little thing up to show which one's selected. So this fake checkbox, I think, was going in here. What is going on here? This is some spawn hero should be the fake checkbox. Yeah, this needs a different name. And then the aid. So this is supposed to. Here, I know what's going on. This is supposed to. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This is in here. Let's see if we get better performance. Those are going to get populated. We are not. What the fuck, Visual Studio? Maybe it wasn't. Well, this is still checked, though. Yeah, all I did was like, it's got to be that. What is this crap? Get out of here. Did that one say restart required? Let's just restart it anyways. Okay, these are supposed. All right, I'm remembering how this works. These are supposed to be null for this particular thing, but that because we added because what the fuck is this? Because we added that one thing, it's trying to go through there and it's croaking. So it isn't that those were not dragged and dropped. This particular thing were not dragged and dropped. For that, these ones, whatever. We can just tell it to skip it. I don't. What the fuck is this? We're not gonna look at that. Don't look at that. So what we need to do is put a question mark in here. I think somewhere like this. Well, let me do that. Can't remember how I programmed something because it was so long ago. It was like a year ago that I did that. That's my excuse. All right. Same thing. What did you say about null? I'm going to do a new one of these. I need a new one of these. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be deleting the .godot file a bunch. I need this to skip the null ones. Oh my god, dude. It's got to be well, so it could be two things. I updated Visual Studio this morning and then I accepted this Copilot thing. So it's one of the two. It's either a bad update. It's got to be this Copilot thing though. There's got to be some way to make this fucking die. Why did I do that? I thought it would be fun. It's not fun. Install and manage. Launch, install using the Visual Studio installer. I think, I don't know if Visual Studio does it this way. Oh no, it's this. It's this thing. Yeah, I already turned them all off, and it's still doing it. So I wanted to get it completely off of my thing. Copilot, are you on here? According to Microsoft, you're on here somewhere. Here it is. Now this is going to take 60 years because for some reason Visual Studio is quite a son of a bitch. What did it download when you're uninstalling stuff? Uh, yeah, we'll just make it go away completely. You know what? This is perfect time. I'm gonna take a break while this thing's doing whatever it's doing, because it's always gonna take a while. Let me pause my music that you guys can't hear, and let me put on my break timer, and I'll be right back. You can't read my break timer. Whatever. There. Well, there we go. Be right back. All right, now let's see if this thing really went away. Um, it sounds so silent to me without. Sure, we can open up that. Without my music playing. Let me start my music that you guys can't hear. Sure want to hear this song though. All right, where are we at? Copilot is gone. Excellent. And now back to what we were doing here. Well, yeah, we can do an if random record. I always want to call your other created by creatures. Your channel. It's created by critters, I know, but I always want to call it. So which it's still doing it. It has to be that update. I restarted my computer before I streamed so that weird shit like this. Maybe I just got to give up on Visual Studio and switch to Writer or something. I've never used Writer though. I have Writer installed. Maybe I'm out of space on my computer. I can roll back the update maybe. I got 42 gigs free, which is not what I want, but like this doesn't look good. Well, we'll see if we get, so maybe it wasn't, it's not checked anymore. Yeah. Wonder what else it could be. I guess we can look at the task manager and hope that we hit it when we, Jesus Christ. I've clicked something on my other screen. It's just, there we go. We'll keep an eye out on this thing. Ryder has decent. Yeah, so that's the thing is I was thinking some sort of if we could say if this is null. If it's not null, I mean. You know, that people keep telling me to check it out, and I have it installed. It's probably outdated. I installed it a while ago. Because they changed their licensing. I mean, this is the deciding to fix the .godot file is a big enough change, right? But maybe I need to change to that and try that out too. Just learn 5 new things today or something. I could just go if aid. IntelliSense is pretty good, honestly. Right? It's what's it called in Writer? I assume IntelliSense is like some, you know, copyrighted thing. We gotta click on this. Oh. All right, this is unusable. It doesn't say anything weird's going on. I guess we're gonna have to get wild here. I wonder how you link, like how much of a pain it is. I wonder if I can run both at once. You know, like switch back and forth. Send anonymous statistics, sure. Free non-commercial use. Log in. I don't think I set up an account. I can connect it to my GitHub account. Let's just authorize every website. Just enter my name. Every website just intertwined so that if one goes down, everything's fucked, right? I agree. Let's see. Yes, I would like to import my settings. Yes, we'll import all of them. JetBrain Toolbox. AI assistant, do we dare try it? I don't know. What the fuck? Is that something? I don't see anything. Android support. I don't think I'm going to do any Android stuff. Better tool will make it. Yeah, well, that one's unusable, though, right now. um, Azure, Heap. I don't need any of this stuff. Except for we'll try the AI assistant. Yeah, so that's how I feel. There's like what do they call them? Audiophile purists, where they're like vinyl is the best sound, and I can't tell the difference. So to me, let's open this puppy up. When loading, building, or running, may execute potentially malicious code. All right, what does this thing look like? We got a README. But yeah, I can tell the difference between digital and non-digital. Analog records, except that you can hear the popping and stuff on analog records. Like, I like that nostalgia feeling. All right, so what do we got here? We got our scripts. What were we looking at? We were looking at so this reminds me more of Visual Studio Code, not Visual Studio. Now, what happens if I click on a thing here? What's going to open? Okay, so we need to change this to Visual Studio or to Writer, because this has now become useless. And then we're gonna have to link it to the project in GitHub. So this, I think, is under like project settings. I remember setting this a long, long time ago. Editor, maybe? Naming scripts, import, export. Here, let's Google it. Godot set jet writer as editor. Editor settings makes sense. .net. Editor and fleet. Then let's test it. Switching over. Visual Studio was just suddenly grinding, and it wouldn't, like, I couldn't use it like every 30 seconds or so, maybe once a minute. Oh, it popped up. I was waiting patiently. All right, so that works. This text is very small. My control zoom thing doesn't work. I need to zoom in. I'm gonna have to learn some new hotkeys. Let's go to something we were working on though. We were working on, well, let's just click on this and see what happens. Control scroll wasn't working. Yeah, control scroll doesn't work. I have my I have my task manager open over here, and we got a little bit of weirdness going on. JetBrain control scroll set zoom. How do I to enable? Need to turn it on. Go to your preferences with Control Alt S and select Editor, General, with Command Mouse, with change font size in all editors. With Control mouse wheel. That's what I have it on. The fuck is wrong with this computer? There we go. It just wasn't working. All right. Because I like it big. It's usually like, I like it like 200%. One, so you guys can see it, and one, so I can pretend that it's for you guys to see it, and then I'm not getting old. All right, so what do we have here? Where are we at? What are we looking at here? This script is hero panel container, which is, why is everything underlined? What is your problem? Does not match a rule. Instance field, not private. Suggested name is, you want a capital H? Why? That's strange. See, now we got to learn new rules and stuff. Oh, what about, does Alt Enter do the same thing? It does. Use var, get the fuck out of here. I said that to a tech support guy and he got very offended. I said, he told me to clear the cache on my browser, and I was laughing. I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. And he was like, do you want me to leave? Use preferred var style. Disable once with comments. Configure inspection hints. So we got, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a large learning curve just for adjusting my analness. I don't know if that doesn't sound right. All right, but what were we doing? Because let's get back to what, because then we can look exact, we can figure out exactly what we're doing. So that was select hero something or other. It was over, no, it wasn't here. It was down here. It was this one. This script is attached to two different things. And that's part of the so this worked up to this point. And we don't want that. Actually, we do kind of want that. We don't need that. Yeah, auto modded. Let me see. Let me go over here. And that one I can see why that one got auto modded. Hero panel container system object reference not set to an instance. You know, it just dawned on me. I never zoom in this one. Yeah, it's gonna be rough here for a minute, but if I can't use Visual Studio, I could use Notepad, right? Where are we at? Here, 29. But this should bring me to it. So why does it have a problem with this? Are these not checkboxes? Hero checkboxes. This looks so strange to me. This is a list. We're going to rename this. Whoa, we're not going to do that though. Oh my God. I always put list at the end. When it's the list, that is. If you keep seeing me glance over here, it's because I'm watching my I'm watching my task manager to see if anything weird else is going on. Because maybe it's not either any of these things. Maybe it's like, OBS is acting crazy. I imported them. It asked me at the beginning if I wanted to import them, and I said yes. Import away. So this is a list. We have a good old list. We're adding this list of checkboxes. This is a list of checkboxes. This is a list of checkboxes. Are these things not checkboxes? What are these things? This one doesn't have any, so we should... This one doesn't even have that. This is the problem. This one doesn't even have this. All right, here we go. Now we're narrowing shit down. This doesn't even have that anything, which is why we put is this null. Did I put the right thing on this? I'm looking for the Visual Studio icon. Aid activities HBox container. Hey, what's this little glowing thing? Updates are available. Yes. Sure, we got to do it now, right? I don't use GitLab. It's just going to ask me all the time. Well, it's because I installed it like 6 months ago with the plan of checking it out, and then I didn't ever check it out. I forget why. What was the reasoning? Because we were talking about it. Um, you should do you should do the large ones via JetBrains. Oh, is it, so? Am I not? What is this toolbox thing? And which large ones are we talking about? Is that the updates you're talking about? Why is my music stopped now too? The hell is going on here? Oh, it's doing the. It doesn't believe that I'm here. Helps you update. What is in that? Does that come installed? Or is that like an additional thing that I need to install? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's restart this. I'm so eager to click on this so to open it up. So a lot of times I'm sharing screens with people at my job, and one of my coworkers, I can always, so I can see their screen. And I think they forget that I can see their screen, but I can sometimes I'll be talking to him and I can see his mouse sitting on like the hang up button on the VoIP call, and that's how I know that he wants to stop talking. He'll just be like he'll slowly move his mouse up there. Anonimo, how's it going? We're doing some change of IDEs in the middle of a stream because Visual Studio is croaking. And then, so we'll have a backup. And it doesn't look like I'll have that big of an issue if I want to switch back and forth, though I should stick with one. Yeah, Visual Studio does take forever to open too. And now we're just hanging out, waiting for this update. And it's probably going to ask me like restart my computer. it's you have to have a good customer service as an IT guy. Well, I guess you don't have to, but it's a bonus if you do. That's what keeps me employed, I think. It's my good customer service skills. I have all these rules. One of the rules is never make the user feel stupid. Never shit talk other users. That's another rule. Except for one guy. We're allowed to shit talk one guy, but everyone else, no. People don't like it when you shit talk other users, because then they're like, well, he's gonna shit talk me. This whole stream is just gonna be adjusting to writer now. The only thing that's going on with the task manager now is GPU usage is at 25% because of OBS, which is not that, crazy. This is totally going to tell me to restart my computer. Don't give up. Give up on which thing? Writer? Well, let's hope that it works better than Visual Studio today. I actually have been fine with Visual Studio until today, so I'm hoping that this will solve the problem. I saw you trying to ban Created by Critters the other day in his stream. It seems weird that is an option. Yeah, so the AI thing, I assume that's what caused part of this was me installing was me installing that, but yeah, I do think that the AI thing has become overblown. It's not as useful as everyone thinks. I still think it's going to replace a ton of jobs, but just not as many. It currently has it had yellow lines everywhere, so I think that's gonna be. It looked like I could right click on it though and go to like ignore, suppress, or whatever. It seemed to have an issue with camel case or something. With my camel case, is it gonna tell me to use underscores? Because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna use underscores except for translations because I despise underscores. I don't know what the deal is. Why I hate them so much. Because you have to take your hand off your mouse. I don't know. This is a thrilling stream. Do I have Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup on here? Dungeon Crawl, here we go. Except we need to be able to see this thing. Must be a horse guy. You mean a centaur? There's crocodiles in this game. Why does everyone use the underscores at the front? Not everyone. Why do many people use the underscores at the front? I was waiting patiently for this to start. I have a fairy necromancer already going here. We'll do a new one. Jet Brain is updating. What should we do while we wait here? We go with the classic troll. Troll or knoll? Let's do a classic troll with a fighter. Just the standard, but without any weapons. This is quite small. I don't think you can make it bigger. I mean, you probably can, but... We're like 2/3 of the way through. What is it? Shift, Control. I can't remember. I haven't played it in a long time. Control period O. There, it's O. I'm gonna go beat a snake to death. Cut him up. Wait, is it? It's not C. B. I can't remember. I thought it was C. Oh, you don't eat food in this one. Wait, we don't want to play this one. Is this No, this is classic Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. What we want. It's getting there, by the way. We want B-Crawl, which I thought kept on my desktop, but I guess not. They got rid of food in the classic one. It's almost done. It's getting there. Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup B-Crawl. It's this close. I usually always keep at least one roguelike on my computer at all times because in this day and age you need a fucking internet connection for like every video game. Oh, now it's okay. I thought it was done, but it's actually it jumped. Now it's applying the patch. Yeah, I think there are crocodiles in this game if I remember correctly. I don't think they're alligators. Snickle Rings, how's it going? We're doing an IDE update here. So while we're waiting, I'm just gonna do some Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It's almost done here. Oh, I don't want console. I want tiles. Get out of here. All right, now it's validating the install. Gonna minimize all this crap. Ryder, yeah, we're going to Ryder. Visual Studio was doing this. Oh, look at this. It has the save from the other thing. Visual Studio was doing this thing where it choked like every yes, where it choked like every 30 seconds to a minute. So I had no choice. A martial artist? That'd be kind of weird. I don't really want to be a martial artist though. Yeah, we're going to straight up claw it up here. I have a shield to start with? That's strange. Gonk. All right, now it's, I think it's doing. It did 2 updates in a row, is what it's doing. Because it's doing validating another. Whoa, I gotta pay attention here. I am a troll, so it's unlikely that I am gonna. Yeah, there we go, and C works. I can't chop the. No one wants to eat cobbleds. I am a classic cobbled person, where I think that the cobbled before they changed them to be like dragon worshippers. I like that better, where they're just like dudes, you know. I'm gonna fall back to this door here. See, we can eat this guy though. We're gonna eat the shit out of this guy. He was a goblin, but cobbleds, nobody wants to eat cobbleds. All right, it's cleaning up. The update's cleaning up. We're getting there. I should close Godot real quick just to have it. Some resources were modified. All right, here we go. I think it's Control Q. No, it's S. There we go. Let's see. So here we go. Oh, except I want to do it through Godot. Just because. Background tasks. I'm gonna have to figure out how all of like the console and stuff. It could be kind of fun figuring out like to reconnect it, because I had it connected to a point with Visual Studio. All right, let's get our air, because I want to. Whoops. Well, this will do it too. Microsoft is doing a Windows search index, which is dog shit. Chat, what is your preferred IDE? Oh, see, I wasn't patient enough. I clicked it a bunch of times. Since we are switching here. Man, I need to get a new computer. Is not compatible with the current version because what? Get out of here. See, I opened 2 and now I'm all fucked. Pulsar is a version of, is it like an open source version? All right, I think that error was just because I accidentally opened a bunch of once. Let's close them all and start again here. I'll click once, for God's sakes. There we go. It's the AI assistant it doesn't like, because build or older, but the current, oh man, I got another one. Click configure to change your naming conventions. C#. Okay, so this is the thing we were talking about. It wants upper camel case for these 4 types and namespaces. Namespaces definitely should be upper camera cases. Some naming rules are set based on the symbol named and the current solution. Use the clear. Is that a Man, my eyes are going. Yeah, I'm used to the camel. Look at all these. I wonder if this is because I imported the settings. Oh, it's auto detected. Let's use the default. Let's see what it says. We can always change it later. Clear use to use the clear use auto detected values. Enable inconsistent naming inspection. Let's see how this works. I don't know how I got there. Let's see. Who was somebody I was watching was that it wasn't the to do thing. I think they were using JetWriter. They had some other way they were doing comments. I wonder. Oh, you know, it was this. I think this is amazing that it says who did this. I mean, I know I work alone, but even so, it's you know, I don't know. It's the little things that you gotta appreciate some stuff. All right, back to this thing though. What the hell were we doing? I've already forgotten. I think we got it open right here. It adds to the blame XML comments. Just where it has like the thing. There's certain stuff that I thought was cool when I was watching somebody else. So what is this thing's problem though? It is a null reference, and it should because it doesn't exist. In that particular case, I want to move this over, but we're going to delete the Godot folder again here. So this is the select hero. While I'm here, I'm going to rename this. It's the selected hero. So I wonder why. I'm still looking for the Visual Studio icon. Why don't we do this? And then we get rid of this. Does K and D work? Control K, Control D, it does work. I kind of like that line, actually. But if this doesn't exist at all, I mean, it does exist. It's right there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to ignore the yellow stuff for now. But I'm going to adjust it because I can't stand that, like, notifications and stuff. It's weird that I'm so anal about that shit. We're talking about anal again. What's the synonym? Pedantic? Man. There's another thing where it is set. So in the main one, in this one, it should be set. Yeah, it is. Whenever I hear anyone use pedantic, I think it's more insulting. Like whenever I hear anyone use that term to describe someone, trying to think of another if statement we could do. It's only this one box. You can't use hero checklist. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Casper, can you just write this for me? I'll just say what I want, and then you just write it. And then, how it'll work is I'll change my mind as you write it to make it more interesting. Now let's see if we get our selected thing. Well, we got other errors, but that's okay. No, we're not getting our selected thing, though. It should appear. No, it only appears when we do this. So that's okay. I see we got these other bugs. Yeah. So I just didn't initialize the list because I was still on my... because I just forgot. Okay. This all looks fine. You can go away. Let's... Next bug. Go in there. You're not going to do it for me. I don't understand why sometimes it does. This one has it. It has the thing. It's a Godot thing. I thought you already did. I thought you fixed this other issue. Oh, speaking of this other issue, are we getting... Well, I don't even know where anything is anymore. Let's fix these two, because we're going to have... This is going to be the thing we're going to do today and for the next month. Fix all the bugs. Delete the .godot file, fix all the bugs, change it so if it's asking for something that I dragged over, we got to change it to, like, you know, get child or whatever. I think get child with a loop should work because it is in the correct order. The bummer is going to be if I drag shit around, which I do all the time. Population description panel, you want to update the skills, and we have out of range exception. Okay, so this is another issue where, you know, the feature creep also will happen. Yeah, that works great, but can we also make it do this? So this is going to be in... Let's look at this. We're in the wrong spot. This says it's under the population description panel. So it's looking at the skills where I dragged and dropped stuff over, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so here's the skill label. So here's another one. Where are those other bugs? Did they show up? Yeah, see, now we're down to 16. We moved to RPG making. Fuck it. I give up. Oh my God. What do they say now? Crash out? I hate that term, by the way. Crash out. Look, this is a different... We are getting a different error. All right, so the skill labels, I also dragged and dropped them in there. Right, exactly. Change it to WordPad and switch to RPG Maker. Okay, so for the skill labels, let's look at the skill labels because I actually can't remember how. I mean, I think they're just sitting in here. It's interesting. Yeah, so I can just do the same thing. This one doesn't have that weird thing out. You know, like a weird thing that's using the same script. So it should be somewhat similar. Yeah, we have all of our skill labels. I was dragging and dropping them. I can't remember why, but we can just make this like a list or something. It looks like this is all crammed inside this thing. Let's see how this works too. Look at all that purple. Look at all that purple. All right, so we will. This is going to be the same thing. This doesn't need to be exported anymore because we're not dragging shit over there. And let's actually move it down. And then we'll do the same thing. We're not going to make it an array. We'll make it a C# list. I know. I'm sorry, Joker. And then we'll rename it. These are really just did you see it? Did you see it suggest that the word should be list? That's crazy. So we have it ready here. So what we're gonna want to do, is there a parent we can use for this? Skills grid container. So look what I did here. Let me point out my stupidity. No, I put like all these labels in manually, and then these ones I did as an array. That's crazy that I did these two differently. I must not be going through, or yeah, I wrote the code at different times. I can tell, but it doesn't look like I have. So we're going to put a variable in. We're going to drag this one over though. This is going to be called skills grid container. And we're going to put it right here. Does it come perks? It's after perks. It's on the right side. Perks are up here for some reason. We're gonna move this. I gotta try to be consistent. I'm gonna also hit some hotkey that I use all the time, and it's gonna be completely different. We're gonna go export private. What was that thing? A grid container. And it's going to be called skills grid container. And I think I usually put parents at the end there, but I'm not going to. We're going to save this. We're going to minimize this. We're going to hit build. This is like I guess I wrote that other line, but I feel like this is the first real line. Drag this thing over here. Then we'll go back to here. We'll go back to ready. We'll write a method here. I should have written a method in the other thing, but we'll get skill. Are these things fucking labels? What are these things? It says they're labels. No, those are skill. Yeah, they're labels. Get skill labels. We'll try my hotkey of, and then why is this highlighted? Can I tab down to this? Perfect. Then we're going to go for each. Get the fuck out of here. What is this thing? Label. Label in get. What did I? Skills grid container get children. It's there, but I keep typoing it. Children. I wonder if this one will want me to cast it. And then we'll add the label. So why is this yellow? What does it want? Possible system invalid when casting from node to label. Oh, so this is, well, what happens, is it going to tell me to do the, yeah, explicit cast? Whoops, no. So this is what I want it to do, but when I do this, it changes it to a var. And I don't want that. Refactor this. Is this the AI thing? Because it's got a little symbol of a pyramid, it looks like. This one has that little symbol of that guy that, what does this button do? Alt-Enter. So this doesn't want to tell me to do it that other way, which I have one over here, which I already forgot. Yeah, like this thing is what I was thinking. Does it really matter? This isn't a checkbox, though. This is a label. Now it's giving me some. I'm like being very pedant. Pedant. Can I tell it to never tell me to use var? I want to tell it never suggest var. So let's, there we go. Now it's never going to suggest that. Pandemic. All right, get skill labels. So this should go for each one of those. Did I already drag this over? I think I did. Let's do it. Oh, is there you can put that in there? And it will know to in here or like this. I mean, obviously, no, not like that. Can you do like label in here? Get children label with a thing at the end. I don't know what this is called. Inside an array. It's false. Exclude if include internal is false. Exclude internal from the array. Man, that is hard for me to read. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn that up too. All right, we won't worry about it right now. Do we run this thing? We need to see our... All right, we're down to 1. This is the same thing I did before. We did not initialize the list. Come on. It's like some... Like the third thing you learn. It's to initialize a list. All right, it might be the fourth thing you learn. It kind of bugs me that this is translated and the rest of this isn't. All right, so we have this working. We have this working. The skills look good. It still is strange that I wrote the attributes. I manually put the attributes out, but we're not going to worry about it. What else do we need to test here? Teresa Rogers, why don't you move somewhere? Very slowly. Okay, but the buttons have broken. Are they broken? Yeah, they're broken. So the buttons are broken, so probably the signals broke when I deleted that thing. So what we'll do is we'll either... Well, we could do custom signals on ready. We could assign them. It's weird that the signals would break, though. Let's look. That's top bar. It says the signals are here. On mouse enter. Oh, these are different. These are different signals that are here. They should have a button signal that's MIA now. So I wonder why these buttons, their signals would break when you delete the dot. Because if all the signals broke, it would be catastrophic, and we would know immediately. Like, but it doesn't seem like all of them broke. I'm going to test another button. There's the research button. I mean, I guess I could have looked at it right there. What's another thing that has a signal on? There's a lot of signals. Yeah, that one works. That is not a signal. No, it's not a signal. This is a signal. Oh, I can't click on that person because I don't own them. That's a signal. Okay, so what's special about these ones? They're advanced. They're passing a variable. We did some advanced ones the other day. Was that in my other game? That was my other game. The other day, it was also me not streaming. Show me a pop-up in Writer? What do you mean? Oh, this signal doesn't work either. Quick dock pop-up? Is that what this thing is? Like this thing? What are these little buttons? Now we're to the thing we were talking about yesterday where just clicking adjust font size. Look at this. There we go. That works for that, but I want this to be bigger too. Were we going to the same thing? Did I just see a var in my program? Okay, I didn't. So this signal broke too. So I wonder why this signal... Let's look at that one. We're not getting any bugs. We're going to do this again. I know I already said this like 4 times, but we're going to do it. We're going to delete the .godot file and fix each thing until there's no more errors and we don't have to upload it anymore. So this should be the population button. This one. It doesn't have a signal at all anymore. So I wonder why certain ones, is it because, let's look at the inspector. Also, we don't have any of those bugs. Those other bugs again. Those are gone. Is it because there was a button? No? I was thinking maybe I dragged a button somewhere. This is very, very old. It should be very basic too. Like literally it just has a signal that's pressed and that connects to something. I don't think this one. Let's look at it. Okay, I guess you can't click on that. What about this? Cancel. Does it have it in here? Oh, we were passing passing in a bool? The fuck were we doing that? No, I know why. It just seems strange. All right, let's fix this thing too, because it's starting to drive me nuts. So look at that. Look at what it's suggesting. We were just talking about this. Look what it's suggesting. Look at this. Underscore population list margin container. I'm going to take a break in a second here. Underscore. All right, how do we adjust this thing? Let's see. Generate code. Start debugging and run here. What if I click that? I'm going to click it. What does it do? Oh, God. Like the computer's going to blow up. The monitor, not the computer. If it was the computer, I would be like that. Did it really just start running it right? What the fuck is this thing? 700 megs of memory, CPU usage. This is great. I love it. All right, I got to learn all this stuff. I'm pro that. All right, but let's not get side. All right, I am already sidetracked. So I need to change this. I need to change. I don't want, because it's private. Is that a thing? Hit stop at the top. Oh, it was still running in the back. But is that going to make this thing close? Well, I had 2 of them open, I think. Look how, wasn't somebody talking about this yesterday about getting this to appear in Visual Studio? I think that was in Created by Critters thing. Maybe I shouldn't worry. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We got to figure out. So it breaks with the .godot file has to be there, or any signal that we pass that has a variable breaks, which is strange to me. And look, we pass this to a global variable. That's weird. Is there a better way there's probably a much better way to do this anyways. This is some old stuff. So what it's doing is if you're over here, you can't click on it. That's what it's trying to figuring out. Is it? No. What is going on here? Why are we passing this is visitor to a global variable? Where's my control F? Fine. How do I control? Oh, it's up here, but it didn't populate this. Oh, do I got to double click it? There we go. Is it searching? I see the F3 thing. Is it searching the whole project? Let's look here. This reminds me of a Firefox. Use requirements multi-game when making. I was saying earlier that I saw that some people do that, use underscores, and some people don't. I wonder if it used to be the convention and it changed or whatever, or so there's find replace. How do I know if it's searching the whole project? I don't think it is. No, we know it isn't because it would have jumped to here. How do I make it? Search in selection. Here we go. No. Control Shift T. What the fuck? The fuck does that do? Files. There's got to be. Search whole thing is what I want. Control Shift T. That's like a strange hotkey for me. What does this do? That was the search everywhere, but it didn't auto bring this in with me. What was there was some other hotkey. Double tap shift? What? Oh, what the fuck is this? This is similar to that other thing that somebody in chat was saying, like, why don't you do this more often? Okay, so here's where whoops, I clicked the wrong one. Double tap shift. That's kind of cool. This is the one we want, though. So what is this thing doing? All right, so on the population list variable, it changes, and if this is doing something, it generates. Notice at the bottom of that, you can open in a split. I don't notice. of the double of this thing. Open and right split. I have clicked it 7 times at least. It doesn't. So what is it? So we just have it. Okay, so if it's a visitor, if it's not a visitor, it generates the population rows. But if it is a visitor, you can't even click on this. What the fuck is it? What am I? Okay, wait. Did I write something where you could look at like visitor lists and then I like you can't even click on this if you're a visitor. Maybe I had it so like if you were over here, I can't remember. I was gonna try to speed it up. Oh, we have a visitor button down here. Okay, all right. I see now what I did. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we'll figure this out. So I guess we're gonna have to do custom signals or something because those signals break. It's kind of a lot, and I can't believe I went through and reconnected those every time I delete. I mean, I don't delete the .godot file very frequently, but it has happened in the past. I'm gonna close my task manager. I think it's fine. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. You're updating writer? Let me put my break timer off. let me skip some songs that you guys can't hear. All right. Do you normally use Writer? It sounded like most people in chat were using some version of Writer. I'm trying to think if there's a better way to do this instead of, I mean, what I was trying to do was have one script for both buttons. So this button would work, you know, we can generate with the same script because it's like basically doing the same thing. But we could just put a different script on there. It might even be better to have the scripts broken up. I'm kind of getting away from making one script to rule them all type of thing because it seems like that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm trying to think. Let's look at this script. What is it running? It's running. All it does is run this generate rows. What is this other if else thing going on here? So it turns the controls on. What is this doing? This could stay here. Oh, but so then I would have to have another. I guess it would just be. Yeah, I guess we kind of want this to work with both. So we could pass in a bool. What are we, so why are we assigning it to a global variable though? That doesn't seem necessary. I think that's some old school shit that I was doing. We could pass in the bool right here. How is this thing being... So the only thing it was, it's not actually, it just shows this and then on run, it knows the difference between, and that's why it's doing a, formatted, where were you looking? Where were you seeing my translations? Somewhere over here. Oh, down here. What is this saying? String name. So on visibility change, it runs this. I guess I'll just leave that weird variable for now. I think it was giving me errors. I had to put these, you're talking about putting this in quotes, like just have it like this. I think it was giving me errors or something. We can try it right now, actually, though. That's an easy test because it's right the word visitors and it's already set to be in Spanish, so it would. Word visitors. Oh, you mean to get rid of this stuff? The surrounding. I got an extra thing there. Let's see. Plus that. I don't think there was any. There's already a space at the end. Let's see here. So it's already set for Spanish. So was visitors translated though? We're not getting an error, but I don't think this was translated actually. I don't think there's word visitors is even in here. I guess we could look. We don't want dungeon crawlstone soup though. We want our localization thing. Man, I have a lot of missed frames because of that lag earlier. I can't believe Visual Studio betrayed me like that. I was waiting patiently for this to open. Word visitors. I didn't save this after I did all these changes. It is here. Visitors. I don't think it worked. It's kind of interesting. No, wait. What is this doing? It's putting the county name. This is a different spot. This is not where I'm thinking. It's saying that's in the population description panel, which we can't get to right now, so we can't even test that. But we could, while we're here, is just change this to word visitors. Wherever this thing is. We never translated that panel yet. We just haven't gotten around to it. Which I should do soon, but there's so many other things. So many other things. There we go. Yeah, so it didn't need that other stuff. Sometimes it's weird. I was getting errors for stuff, and I just like started copying and pasting what was working, you know. For this though, I think we'll just leave this weird thing. I just don't want to mess with like. It's just so much. Yeah, playing Visual Studio. Yeah, Visual Studio's fault. I either could split it into two scripts where I have methods that actually call into this. But I'm just going to leave this here for now. I think we're going to change how visitors work anyways. But we're going to have to fix this with a custom signal. So if we go back to, I'm totally not used to this. Can we pin these things? Are they already pinned? Well, we can pin the tab. There's no pin. Whoa. I don't see a pin button. Can we drag this shit around? We can. I actually kind of want this over here though. Whoa. I would like this. Where did you go? You're down here. It's because I pinned it. All right, that's fine. So what we need to do is we need another ready in here. We're going to do a lot of readies, I think. Public, override, ready, and then why are you all grayed out? Is it because it says this? Yes, okay. We're going to want a custom signal. So we'll go, we don't have a button here. This is buttons. So we would go export private button, population list button, and then we're going to export private button visitor list button. It's pretty good with the suggestions so far. And then we're going to do that same thing that we did yesterday. Pressed, I think is what it was. That has the little lightning bolt as well. Hey, look, it even put the thing in there. The thing that, sorry. I thought I was all lagged out for a second. And then we're going to go pop and button pressed, and we're going to pass in bool of is visitors list false. Oh, it's just telling me what that is? That's kind of cool too. Right? Right. See, yesterday I couldn't remember how to do this, and then Writer actually suggested just now. And then we're going to, why are you red? Can only appear on the left. Oh, I forgot a thing. Visitor. Yes, that's exactly what we want. So I guess we're going to have to do custom, whoops, custom signals. Wait, now you're back on your other channel. I do the same thing when I'm switching. So I'm logged into Twitch on my, I'm pointing over here because it's actually on the other side of me because I'm mirror imaged, but my gaming computer's over there. And I'm logged into Twitch on the game, and I'm too lazy to switch back and forth. All right, so these signals should be here when we run this. I can't believe that the .godot file controls that stuff. I want to look at this. This is very important to me once this is done. Okay, so we're still getting 30. So that has not solved that problem. Oh yeah, we didn't drag these over. So we got to put these in here. We want this one here. Wonder why I put these labels like this too. And we want this one here. It might give some sort of suggestion. You swapped Windows logins? Like you logged out of Windows and logged in again? That's crazy. I don't know why that seems so crazy to me. Okay, so that's solved. Now we need to test the visitor one. So we need to move this person down. So we're going to write a custom thing for each one of these, which is fine. Visitors list does not work. Okay, so why did the visitor list though, did I disable it at some point? Like, was I like, we don't want this anymore? We're not getting any bugs. Let's look back at this. Visitor list button pressed. Did I drag in the right visitor list button? I didn't. It's because let me drag in idle. God, well, let's see. Let's see if the idle list button works. I dragged in the wrong thing. Well, the idle button doesn't work either, but it's not supposed to. I dragged in the wrong thing though. We want this to be here. I mean, it literally says the same thing. That's you know, it's interesting. Like, once again, I'm always talking about my day job. It's interesting. People are and I'm the same way. Like I just want all the clutter, just so I don't have to, because it takes a kind of, it doesn't take that long, but it takes long enough to be annoying to switch users. And then, okay, and so this works. Rachel Robinson, is that your name? Rachel Robinson works. All right, so that's not the end of the world either, because custom signals are actually pretty easy. I was very daunted by them at the beginning. I blame Joker for forcing me to use them and finding out that they're actually not that big of a deal. So what was the other thing? So the time was off. When we were setting, so we need custom, so that's going to be on the top bar. So we need this top bar to have custom things. We don't have any buttons in here, but we need to put them in here. So we will do They're actually at the end here. We'll do export. Private button. X1. I don't know if you can put a, I don't think you can put a number in here, can you? You can put a number in there? Why does that seem strange to me? Export. Oh, it's getting a little weird, but it works. KD. I'm glad KD works. Control K and Control D works. We'll get out of here. Right? It's weird that it would let you craft it. We're missing one though. We need an 8. Right? 1. Oh, we need 0, 1, 2, 4, 8. 0, 1, 2, 4, 8. Can't believe it's letting me do that. Let's build this. Let's drag these things over. We'll set up the signals to send in their ints or whatever. Man, I was so excited because earlier this was a much different number than normal. And we'll put these things in here. 0. It just seems to be arrays and some signals that have advanced things in them. I wonder if this is like a thing that people have known about. Or I wonder if the developers don't even know that this is a problem. We're going to create signals for time buttons. And we don't need to pass in anything here. I guess I could have done that a different way. 0. I was thinking we could use no, we can't. I was thinking we could use like a for loop, but the I wouldn't, whatever. X0 button pressed plus equals. Oh, look, it gave me the little thing again. It knows. Where was this going to? This is going to like the clock or something. Like some instance on the clock. Gotta spell clock right though. Man, I remember when I first started streaming, someone was getting very upset because I was counting the number of things that were paused in chat. They were just like, you don't have to do that. Get rid of that. And so I got rid of it for them and it wasn't working. And they were just like, no, you don't need to do that. No, it doesn't work. You got to count. There's probably another way to do it. But it was he didn't understand. Why is Reddy way down here? He didn't understand that multiple things you could close. There's a bunch of menus stacked on top of each other, basically. This looks like that's a getter setter, so this should be up there. It'd be nice if the scene previewer worked right. What is the scene previewer? I don't know if I know what that is. So modify time scale. That's not what we want. Physics should be at the top too. I don't know what the change speed is what we want. This is a public void. Change speed, and we put in the speed. So back over to, I almost went to Excel. Over to this, we want to go, not this. Over to this, we want to go clock, instance, change, speed, and we need to pass in 0. And then we just need like a bunch. Whoops. A bunch of these. This is going to be 1. You know, this will be 2. Be 4. And then this is going to be 8. And then this is going to be 1. This is going to be 2. This is going to be 4. This is going to be 8. There we go. I'm hoping still, you know, we didn't fix it though. We haven't deleted the .godot file since we fixed those. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed. 8, 2, 4, 2, 1, 0. That all works. So what was the other ones that that didn't work? Research worked. Population works. What about here? Recruit. All right, this doesn't work. So here's another one that broke. This is recruit and aid. I wonder where that is if we have it like on its own. That's on the population description panel. This is kind of fun. Fixing these things to a different way. It should be way towards the bottom here. Do we have a script attached to it? We do. And so we're passing in a bool. So this is the same thing. And it says right here what we're doing. So we'll just add a ready in here. Public override. And this is going to be this. We need the buttons. This is a button. We don't need the button. It doesn't know which button it is, though. The buttons are... The only way it knew is because of the... The only way it knew was because of the signal that we were passing in, but these are the same, so we can't, unless we drag and drop it, then we'll have to drag and drop the button in that we're doing, which is strange. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We also could just write 2 methods in this thing. No, that wouldn't work because we don't know which one it is. So I guess we got to drop in the button here with the weird way I'm doing it, even though this is a button. I'm trying to think. It's still blowing my mind that it requires the .godot file for... Has anyone else noticed this? Like, it seems strange that Godot would require that. It's not custom. Advanced signals require .godot folder. Nothing. I mean, there's some close. 1. Not reproducible on older. Yeah, here's somebody talking about some disconnecting. It's kind of fun switching IDs, actually. I should switch to Game Maker now. That would not be fun. So I guess I either got to put the button in here. Where's this attached to? The fuck is this? These are my test things, I'm pretty sure. I think we can delete those. Yeah, those are the test things. We're going to delete those and hope that I'm not causing myself other issues right now. What did I delete? It's weird that those things jumped up there. Let's rerun this again. Man. I am not sure about this. Like, so the thing I'm not sure about is I kind of want to just rewrite it. Like, what's the point of having a script attached and just move it somewhere else? Where else do we have stuff? Because it's kind of pointless to have this here if we have to like drag and drop stuff. It's basically I'm setting myself up for problems later. There aren't any other. It's the only script that's over here, but I guess I gotta do. Well, that's what we'll do. It will be the easy solution for now. So what we'll do is we'll say export private recruit button. Why did you make this a capital? Oh, because this should be button. Sorry. Recruit button. That was a typo. And then this will be recruit button plus equals. That's it. Oh, it's not going to suggest it. Oh, because I don't have pressed on here. Pressed. And then button pressed. Actually, we want this for some reason. And we'll pass in. Oh, this doesn't actually solve the problem because we don't know which one is which. We do have to drag in. No, we got to do this a different way then. We got to move this somewhere else and have this pass in a thing because it's some funky weird way that I did it originally. Army leader recruited. Yeah, we got to do it a weird, funky way if we do it this way. So this is me once again trying to make one script that did multiple different things, which I am, like I said, I'm getting kind of away from because it doesn't. It's a lot of work to try to get the script to do to work with the different options, and then also when you try to debug it, it's a pain in the ass. And I don't think that's what you're supposed to do, anyways. So let's put this crazy shit. We're just going to make this population description control much larger. Get skill labels. We're going to connect recruitment buttons. And we will generate this. Man, that red. And then we're going to put the two different buttons here somewhere. Look at this bool that I have just chilling down here. We will. Oh, we already have the buttons here. we like to overdo our work here. We're gonna double do our work. This is gonna go here, and we're gonna go. So we had some weird shit over here too. Like I'm gonna move that obviously, but It's weird too that I have this after it's opened. I wonder if in here, Sometimes it's fun to look at my old code and be like, oh, here's things that I need to fix. And some other times I look at it and go like, is there this below this because it was like happening too fast when it was above it? What did I had a different name. What was that weird Control Shift T signal? Is this doing it capital? No, it doesn't matter. I just typed some. I just created something that had signal in the word or in the name of it. Where was it? It was like connect signals. Connect. Control Shift T. Connect. It's not there. I don't know if the case. Oh, double shift. Yeah. I keep doing, I forgot about double shift. Control, connect, signal. Change Tillamook line edit. What did I fucking call it? I just wrote it 5 minutes ago. I guess it doesn't matter. I was just trying to be consistent with my naming of button signals. And then we'll go back to here. We'll cut this. We'll go back here. We already have the button here for some reason. We'll go aid, recruit button press. We need to pass in, what is this? What is the bool called? Army leader recruited. This is going to be false. Because this is wrong. This needs this thing. Then a lambda. Can't get away from the lambdas. Then we'll just copy this and put it here. We'll go to that next thing. It was like army leader button, leader recruitment button. This will be true. There was some hotkey I saw someone use where they like flipped the bool with a hotkey. I don't know what they did, but there was a hotkey where they were clicking on the bool, and instead of having to retype true or false, it just flipped it, which I thought was cool. All right, so now we're having this. We have this connect recruitment button signals. This is going to do this. We need to add this over right here. We're just going to cut this because we're going to delete that thing. This should probably look. We have it here already. Alt enter. Alt enter is the thing that I use all the time. Is it the other enter? No, they weren't getting like a pop-up. They were just like some hotkey that they were doing just was like flipping it, like I said. We already have this recruitment hero recruitment confirm panel too. Like what is going on here? Whoops. That was what is it, double shift? No, for this we want to do all F because it's search. Okay, I've broken something. Oh right, we got to double click it though. Okay, so this code is very strange. I know it's the old code is always very strange, but we're also like checking. hero button clicked, which is like a variable here. Are we keeping track of that somewhere? Why? We are keeping track of it. Let me finish this. I gotta finish figuring out what this weird shit is that I did. So it looks like hero recruitment confirmation panel. This should work. This is gonna break a bunch of shit. I can already see that this is gonna cause problems. What I'm doing right now, because I have some weird shit going on inside of it. What is this thing set as? This is a panel container. What is this thing really, though? What is this one? Oh, I cut it. This is a recruitment hero. See, there's some weird shit going on here. I've made some strange decisions in the past. All right, so this is gonna be true or false. This is gonna connect that. We're gonna remove these. We're gonna drag something over, though, I think. Actually, no, we don't, because they were already used. Very strange why I did things. We're gonna disconnect this this script, and we're gonna disconnect this script. We gotta go crazy here. We're gonna save this. We're gonna run this, and we're gonna see what kind of weird crap we just set myself up for. Did I save everything over here? A lot of this stuff is very similar. Like they didn't make it completely different. Okay, so we click this. We gotta go in here. We gotta pick a person here. We gotta click this. We get the confirmation panel. Do you want to recruit Thomas Russell? You hit yes. I mean, that worked. Let's change him into an army leader. And that worked too. Yeah, I'm still feeling very betrayed by Visual Studio. Everything looks okay here. So that didn't cause mass chaos like I expected. All right, let's look at these keybinds. Wherever they are. Keybinds. Hey, JSON, JavaScript, C#. Key bind. Key map. It's using the, oh, you can change it around. This is really a PDF? I guess I'm surprised that's a PDF. What are these what does this button do? Duplicate, get more key maps. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I don't want to do that. What was that under? Settings. Key map. Invert. Edits. Oh, all I can do is add it. Oh, it doesn't have it. I don't have it set up. Probably because I'm using the Visual Studio one. So now when I play first person shooters, I change like the minute I start the game, I go through all the keybinds and change them. And I would bet that experienced programmers do the same thing. They readjust all their keybinds in each IDE so that they, what is this button? Build whole solution. Connect to Godot editor. I'm just clicking shit at this point. I just want to click on stuff. Is this what you were talking about earlier? Joker? I don't think this was. I think that's a different thing. What's this? I'm kind of excited about this, honestly. I was apprehensive. Oh, view. Tool windows. Scene preview. Oh, look, there's the to-do thing. Well, I'm going to click this. In 7, oh. So, sorry. Got sidetracked. That was, I picked that up from Bumblebite or somebody. What the fuck am I doing? Tool, view, tool windows, scene preview. I don't see a scene preview. I might be missing it. I'm really, the eyes are, must be part of the plugin for Godot support. Don't I have that plugin? All right, we don't need this open anymore. Oh, this cool loop that happens is nice. Let's look. Where were those plugins? You know what I like these days is the when there's a search for items in the file menu, like in this menu. I've seen it in a couple of things lately. You know, it's like searching the Windows settings. It's, you know, even though that's not that great. Plugins. It says I have one. Godot. So I got Godot theme. I don't want that. What is installed? Godot support. Looks like it's already in here. So what do we got? I think I'm gonna call it a day, but let's make sure. Let's do one thing. Oh, now I have 2 of these running because I ran it from the other thing. I guess reload from disk. I'm gonna close one of these. Let's close both of these. I do not know. I do not know. Oh, you know what? It's down here. It doesn't have that one. I'm going to have to figure out how that works. Well, I'm just going to have to adjust everything. But I do like that this to-do thing works. Expand my to-dos. Yeah, so I typed these in. I started doing this recently. So I just started this like 2 weeks ago. And I did a bunch of, they're almost all say perk bonus because I don't want to forget when the time comes to add the perk bonus to these things, which I also feel like is bad programming. Like that I have to remember to go update these. I think that's a problem. I kind of really like that this tells you what this is. That was a complaint I've had about Visual Studio when you get like big constructors. You got like 40 things and you don't remember what you're working on. All right. So let's push this code. So let's figure out how to do that. Git. Git. I want to look at the Git thing. Now I want to see like a thing of my changes though. Like I want to say, it's probably under view. New Git. There's we go. Git. Okay, so this is, I'm used to everything being over here on the right. So just, I gotta adjust to it. Microsoft betrayed me again. All right, what is this? So I want to see, here's a log. This was yesterday, this is last week. I don't know why these are red. Probably it stresses me, you know, it's red means bad. So I don't really need to look at any of this. I kind of want to see like that same file change thing. Okay, here it is. It's actually right here. It's just, it looks different. No, I'm not gonna bother with figuring out where I want it yet. I was just saying I'm used to that it is to being on the right, but I'm gonna. So what I like to do is leave things on the default to begin with and see if that's how I like it, you know, and see if I can adjust. It's like, and then if it like drives me crazy, I'll move it. But a lot of times, you know, I hope that the developers of the program you're using took into account what you're doing. You know, like they've picked the best way, I hope. I can't tell though. This is Origin. I don't think I messed with like map editor and stuff. I don't know what this is. So how do I view? Like, what are all these little tiny buttons that I can't see? Definitely don't want to delete branch. Oh my God. Group, expand all, collapse all. Grab the right icon and pull it. Yeah, I'm going to wait on that. What is this thing? View options. Maybe it just doesn't matter. But no, it does matter. So I have Git down here. Terminal, to do, debug. Services. It does matter because select commit to view changes. Select commit to view, but I haven't. Let's select one over here. That's one way to fix where it drives me nuts that the .godot file is showing as changes every time you open it, is just not look at it. So this is basically what but this is what I did earlier. I want to see my current changes. My current changes. It's not the end of the world if I can't. What is this button? View options? No, that's fine. Cherry pick, refresh, enable Git log indexing, expand. Maybe I won't worry about it right now. Let's push this and we'll worry about it later. Wait, there was something down here. No, that's just the Git panel. I kind of like this too. But there was new branch, delete, compare, fetch. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. So it's none of this stuff. Git, commit. Oh, it's on the left over here. All right, so this is kind of what I was looking for, actually. It says I changed 3,000 files. All right, let's try this. And I haven't put in my password or anything, so it must have imported that stuff from Visual Studio. Deleted the .godot file and fixed 2 arrays and a couple of broken signals. Commit and push. Yeah, let's just do both. Checking for to-dos. Did you see that? All right, we're going to go over to our GitHub thing. And we're going to close this. We've kind of like thrown a wrench in our plans for today. But yesterday, all I did was yammer and talk. So it doesn't matter. We want to look here. Is this thing done? We're going to be on the correct branch. And no. How long ago did I commit? I commit every time. You're right. 3,000 files. I commit every time. Every time after I so that didn't work. After I stream, I guess I push. No, I commit and then I push. So what happened here? I'm looking for like notifications or something. It doesn't look like it. Normally it says it up here. Unless I'm on, I'm on a different branch. I need to delete that. Okay, so we have 2 hours ago was the one we pushed before we switched over to whatchamafuck. Yeah, so this didn't work. I wonder if I'm on the right branch. How do I tell what branch I'm on here? So this says this did something. It went to hero support. Man, I need glasses or something, man. All right, this is a little tag on it too. It says head hero subordinates. There's a branch drop down. There is a branch drop down, but it looks like this is the right one. What did this thing just pop up for? Oh, is it doing something in the background the whole time? Oh my God. So it was doing something because of probably those. So now let's push this. What's my options? Force push? No. Once again, this is back to what we were talking about yesterday, like just clicking around to look at stuff. Like most things give you, like you can look before you have to commit. All right, there we go. Yeah, I got to change everything. I changed the font size. All right, and here's the login that I was waiting for. Get out of here, quick. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can just do everything, JetBrain. Just delete everything. I gotta do some two-factor authentication here. What am I using for this website? I rearranged my icons on my phone, and now I can't find anything. It was a great idea when I did it. People, Git is dangerous. Git is very dangerous, and you know, this is a long time ago. I was talking about, and I'm not doing. I guess I'm kind of half doing it. I said, so here's this did appear now. I was saying I should be doing it where, like, I need authority or whatever, like the correct way, just to learn. You know what I'm talking about? Where you push and then someone else has to accept your push, your pull, your commit, your whatever. Just so that I learn the proper way, and instead I'm just winging it. It's in here. It's fine, right? But yes, I try to do this more frequently now. Requests, yeah. Your work or places you've worked, people break. Man, is it catastrophic where you have to roll back and stuff? That's that's like my fear. All right, so we got this. I am gonna fix the font size, I think. Before I call it a day, there was one other thing I wanted to do. Not that, but I'm gonna click that anyways. What is this? Use several characters as single ligature. Ligatures enhance code readability. Use the, what is this? I'm going to click it, and then we'll find out. Man, I was friends with, I'm still, actually, it was one of the people I was talking about Trump with earlier today in Canada. He was very much into forcing, even though it was like we're just fucking around, forcing you to use the correct not GitHub, but protocol. This can't be 13, right? This seems like this is like 6. Let's say we go up to 16. 13's that? We got to make it bigger than that. I mean, I'm now 19. What do I say? 19. Did that change anything? I don't know. I think it did. Oh, we got to restart it anyways because of that other thing. There was one other thing I wanted to do. Oh, yeah. What I want to do is I'm going to delete the .godot file again to set myself up for failure next time I open this. So what we will do we want to push it? No, we won't push it again. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, which is fine. It's just how it is. So, but let's delete the .godot file again. We'll delete this old one because we don't need that shit. And then we'll go old for this one. And then when I open up the thing next time, we'll get errors. Right, exactly. And then you just keep adding the old to the end. I have a county's old in there too, and I should just delete that, but I'm scared to. So what next weekend or next time I open it, I'll get those, the error lists, and hopefully it will be shorter, and I'll be able to go through those. And we'll just keep doing that until they're all gone. Not the error list with the 30, but the error list that's like the pop-up one that says like things are broken. And I think that's just what it has to be. And then I can finally put the get ignore back to how it was. Let's raid somebody before I split. Let's see who we got. Let's pick somebody somewhat new, someone that I want to raid the same person all the time. Got to spread it out. Thank you guys for joining me and all the support today and yesterday. Let's go with same category. Let's put a filter. We have a choice of big titties. I'm not going to do that person. We're going to go Godot. Just a little joke in there. And then we'll do the C# thing. C#. And I want this to be back. You have a good night as well, Bumblebite. And he's the only one. We rated him yesterday, so I'm trying to find somebody else. Like I said, spread the love out a little bit. This person's stuff is in Russian. Space Station Simulator Tablet UI. This could be interesting. He's only been up for 14 minutes. Ricky Ricardo. Like the I Love Lucy person. What else we got? Yeah, we rated that guy once. I should probably not show this because then people are like, why you just didn't raid that guy that you could have rated. Let's raid this guy. Tablet UI? What about this person? Let's redesign the battle over screen. Algos? This person speaks Esperanto? I don't believe it. What do they call? What do they call it when you stream with a anime character? JPEG streamer or something? All right, let's do that tablet person. Where did they go? A VTuber. This person, Ricky Ricardo. All right, here we go. 3D. All right, thanks again, guys, for joining me in the support. And sorry that Visual Studio died on me, right? We're going to click this, then we have to wait again. I guess maybe I'm not sorry. It's forced me to switch over. Look at what he's got going on over here. All right, talk to you guys later. Have a good existence.